Hello again, everyone, and welcome back, and welcome to a new year of reviews. We are starting off 2014 with the new Fuente Opus X Angel Share. This is the PerfecXion X size, 6 1/4 by 48. Here is the band. If you will notice, the top has the normal Opus X band, and below it a separate band that says Angel Share. Now this cigar is 6 1/4 by 48. Very light in color, much lighter than the normal production Opus X. And as a comparison, here's a shot of this cigar next to the regular Opus X. Carlos Fuente Jr. Calls this a milder version of the normal production Opus X. Instead of using leaves at the top of the plant, it uses leaves from the middle, which he says are sweeter. So there's quite a lot of background information on the blog if you would check that out. But for now, let's get right to the Angel Share. The cigar has a nice feel in the hand too, not surprising, and it is very well made, also not surprising. There is the density. Now let's go ahead and clip the cap. Very good draw. It's a very sweet, dry draw, if you will. Very nice. These cigars are priced about like a normal production Opus X, as you could expect. This is somewhere in the neighborhoods of $19. So, I'm getting a little light cedar, so what appears to be dry toast, a raisin flavor. The pepper appears to be a white pepper, not nearly as intense as the regular Opus X. However, when you retrohale, it has a nice feel, if you will. Appears to be a little dry wood. The cigar is coming across as, right at about medium bodied at this early point. The finish is sort of a dry wood with a little light cream. Yeah, and a little lingering pepper. So that's how we're starting. I'm anxious to see where we go from here. The Angel Share. I've heard lots about it. So let's see where we go from here. Well, I'm about an inch in, maybe not quite an inch, maybe that's 3/4 of an inch. But the important fact is the cigar is so much sweeter. It was almost like from the very start, the sweetness elevated. Now, I'm only an inch in, let's say, but the sweeter, the cedar and raisin notes are extremely sweet right now, developing some richness. There is a touch of earthiness now, and I don't really notice the dry toast or the dry wood notes as much. There is a little earthiness, though, that maybe took their place. The pepper is elevated. I would still call it a white pepper. But on an intensity scale for white pepper, I would call this about an 8. Between 7 and 8. The finish now is a very sweet cream. And the lingering pepper is very nice. You literally can feel it all over your palate. and on the back of your tongue. So still would call it medium bodied. I believe it's going to ramp up a little because it's showing signs of that, but right now we're at medium bodied. So the Angel Share is going along nicely. Well, I'm about 1.5 inches in, maybe a little over. And the flavor notes are definitely changing. The cedar, still very sweet with some richness. There's now, instead of the raisin notes, I'm getting white chocolate. There are those wood notes we talked about before are definitely there, and they're back. Dry wood and a little dry toast flavor. The finish also has some of the dry toast along with the cream. You can detect it again. And the lingering pepper, the white pepper, is still very nice. Now, as you can notice, the ash is very tight, and it is starting to curl, so it won't be long before it drops off. Here's a close-up of that. Cigar is still medium-bodied, moving toward medium to full right now. Not quite there, but some very nice flavors. The front-end flavors are very nice and sweet, and that sweetness is very thick. Well, I'm right at the lower band, about 2.5 inches in. And the cigar has every note going right now. Very sweet cedar, raisin, white chocolate, toast, and dry wood. The white pepper has actually toned down a bit. It's more in, around the 6.5 to 7 range. And the finish is still a combination of toast, dry toast, and cream, or you could call it a toasted cream, I guess it would be okay. Still nice lingering pepper on the palate. And the cigar is on the upper end of medium bodied, so I'll call it medium to full at this point. And it's burning fairly evenly, as you can see. The ash did finally drop off in the ashtray. It's almost 2 inches long, so it's very tight and dense. So that's where we are now. This cigar does not have the power of the regular Opus X, but it has much more sweetness. And I like that. I like the sweet notes. A little bit of richness added in there with that cedar and raisin combination, but all the flavors are at full blossom right now. You get them all. You can pinpoint each one. Well, I've got about 2 inches remaining. And at this point, the cedar is still very sweet. The raisin notes have really toned down. The white chocolate is still there, not quite as intense as it was, but the dry wood is quite intense. So you really get a lot of the sweet cedar and the dry wood. You really get those in abundance. Pepper is about the same. Actually, the pepper is really probably ticked back up a little. Finish is about the same. Still medium to full bodied. But you get a lot of that dry wood. And it filters over onto the finish with that cream. So now it's more, instead of a toasted cream, I really should correct myself. It's more of the dry wood and a cream on the finish. Very good sweet flavors. I'm really enjoying it. Well, we are down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Took about 1 hour and 25 minutes to get to this point. The flavors are about the same here at the end, but what they are is a nice sweet cedar. The raisin notes have really toned down. Some of the white chocolate notes are still around, and the dry wood is still very prominent. Pepper is about the same. Finish is about the same. You got those toasty notes with the cream, toasted cream. And the lingering pepper still remain very good, medium to full bodied. This cigar, again, I'll say, is nothing really like the regular production Opus X in strength. The flavors are also different, but I like them. They're very sweet. I like how nice sweet, the nice sweet flavors in this cigar. And price-wise, you're looking at about the same thing as an Opus X, but the Angel Share has been a very good cigar. I have really enjoyed it. Nice, different addition to the Fuente family. I'm rating the cigar 92. Very good, very good cigar. And those of you who expect a regular taste of an Opus X will be shocked by this cigar because it's not the same, but it is very good. Different, but good. So there you have it, the Opus X Angel Share PerfecXion X.